My precious child, listen carefully. Something brought you to this moment, and it was not random. You did not find this by accident. I want you to sit with that for a second. Out of everything else you could have clicked on, everything else that wanted your attention right now, this is where you landed. That is me. That is my hand, reaching for yours, one more time. I know the last stretch of days has been heavy. I know you have been carrying things you cannot even fully name, things that sit at the bottom of your chest and make breathing feel a little harder than it should be. I know that some part of you came here looking for something, even if you cannot quite say what it is. So do not go anywhere. Stay right here with me. Give me these next few minutes. Open the door of your heart just a crack and let me speak. Not to the version of you that has everything sorted, not to the composed, put-together face you wear for the rest of the world. To the real one, the one underneath all of that, the one who is exhausted, the one who has been running. This is me, Jesus, speaking to you directly right now. Not through rules, not through a long list of requirements. Just me, leaning close, soul to soul with you in this quiet moment. I want you to take a breath right now, a slow one. Fill your lungs all the way. Let your shoulders drop, because you have been holding them up around your ears for a while now, bracing against something. You do not have to brace here. You are safe with me. I am not here to make you feel small. I am not here to rehearse every place you fell short or remind you of every mistake that still visits you when the room goes quiet. I am here because I love you. And love, real love, does not look away when things get hard. Love does not go cold when you're disappointed. Love does not file things away to use against you later. Love tracks you down. Love keeps calling, even when you keep finding reasons not to answer. That is what I have been doing all this time, calling. And today, finally, you are still enough to hear it. I want to tell you what I have seen, my child, because I think part of you has started to believe that I stopped watching, that I got tired, that the silence on my end meant something had changed between us. It did not. I have been here every single day. Let me tell you what I have seen. I saw you the morning you woke up and just stared at the ceiling because getting out of bed felt like too much to ask of yourself. I was there. I saw the way you sat at the table with people who love you and felt completely alone in that room, like there was glass between you and everything else, and you could not explain why. I was there. I heard the prayer you tried to start and could not finish because the words ran out before the ache did, and you gave up halfway through and just lay there in the dark. I was there for that too. I watched you reach for your phone in the middle of the night, just to have something in your hand, something to look at, because the quiet in your own head was too loud to sleep through. I saw you. I know about the face you put on before you open the door, the energy you manufacture so that no one asks too many questions, the way you say, "I'm okay," and means something much closer to, "I am barely keeping it together, and I do not know how to ask for help." That performance is exhausting. I see how much it costs you. I know about the voice you have been muting. That one. The quiet one. The one that speaks underneath all the noise of your life. Underneath the music you play so there is never complete silence. Underneath the hours of scrolling that get you from one end of the evening to the other. Underneath the busyness you fill every open space with, so you never have to sit alone with your own thoughts for too long. You know the voice I mean. You have known it for a long time. It does not shout. It is never needed to shout. It speaks in a whisper, soft and steady and patient, like wind coming through an open window late at night when the house has finally settled. It says your name. It says, "Come back." It says, "I am still here." And you have been turning up the volume on everything else so you do not have to hear it. I understand why. I do. Hearing that voice means entering a conversation you are not sure you are ready for. It means being seen in places you have kept carefully dark. It means letting go of the control you have been white-knuckling, admitting that the road you have been navigating alone is harder than you let on. That takes something. It takes more than most people realize, and you are not quite there yet. But you are close. You are closer than you have been in a long time, because you were here, and you would not have stayed this long if some part of you did not want to stop running. I want you to think about something. The things you fill the silence with, they are not inherently bad. Some of them are good things that you are using to avoid the best thing. And I know that sounds gentle, but I want you to feel the weight of it. Because there is a version of your life where you are busy and productive and doing things that look right from the outside. And you are still missing me. Still keeping me at arm's length. Still choosing the noise over the quiet. And I am not willing to let that be the story. Not because I need to win. Because I know what it costs you to keep living that way. The ache does not go away. It gets familiar, but it does not go away. And you know that. That is what you are feeling right now. That familiar, low, persistent ache of living slightly out of reach of the thing your soul was made for. I built you for closeness with me. Not obligation, not distant respect. Real closeness. The kind where you bring me the actual things, the ugly ones, the ones you would never say out loud to another person. That is what I want. That is what has always been possible. And the voice you have been muting is the one that keeps pointing back to that. I have watched you run for a while now, with anger, not with the cold judgment you might have expected from me. Something closer to grief. The kind of grief a parent feels standing at a window, watching for their child who has been gone too long and will not come home. You keep finding reasons to stay out. You keep finding things to do, places to be, problems to solve, old habits to fall back into. Anything that keeps you moving fast enough that the stillness cannot catch you. But here is what I need you to know, and I need you to let this reach you. I have not been chasing you to corner you. I have not been calling you names so I can make you feel guilty. I am calling you because I miss you. Because this distance between us costs me something too. Because you were not built to carry all of this alone. And I am watching you do exactly that. Alone. Carrying it all alone. And it is too much for one person. Come here. Let me take some of that. I want to talk to you about the silence. Because I think the silence is what started the running in the first place. You prayed for a while. You showed up. You reached out with real faith, the kind that costs something to offer. And for what felt like a very long time, nothing came back the way you hoped. You asked, and the answer was not the one you needed. You knocked, and the door did not open. You waited, and the waiting stretched out so long that it started to feel like a message in itself. And so the doubt moved in. Quietly at first. Reasonable sounding doubt. The kind that does not announce itself but just starts asking questions. Maybe he is not listening. Maybe this is a one-sided relationship. Maybe you are sitting in the dark talking to a ceiling that has nothing on the other side of it. And I want to address that right now. I want to speak directly into the middle of that doubt. I was never gone. Not for a single hour. Not for one breath of time. The silence you heard was not absence. It was me working in the deep places. The places where real things are built. Places that take time. Places that do not make noise while they are being shaped. You cannot rush the root system of a tree. You cannot shortcut the foundation of a building. And I cannot rush certain things I am doing in you without breaking what I am trying to build. I was not punishing you with the waiting. I was protecting you from the thing you wanted before you were ready to hold it. I know that is hard to hear. I know it can sound like an excuse. But I need you to trust my perspective on the parts of your life I could see further into than you could. Every door that closed in front of you, I was the one who closed it. Not because you did not deserve what was on the other side, because I could see around the corner, and what was behind that door would have cost you more than it gave you. I closed doors to protect, not to punish. Every prayer that seemed to disappear into the air before it reached me, I heard it. Every single word. I kept them. They are in my hands right now. Not one of them was wasted. Not one. The things you lost that you are still grieving, I know why they hurt. I am not asking you to pretend they did not. I am asking you to trust that I am building something in the space they left behind. Something you cannot yet see because it is not finished yet. The years that felt like stalling, the seasons that felt like spinning in place, they were not waste. They were work. My work. In you. The kind that happens underground, out of sight, slow and necessary, and not glamorous at all. You came through something in that time that would have undone a lesser person. The roots went down deeper than they would have if everything had been easy. And when the wind comes now, and the pressure comes, you will not fall. Because the foundation I built in you during those quiet, hard seasons is holding you up. You did not waste those years, my child. Not one of them. I was in every single one. I want to say something else about the silence before we move forward. The silence did not mean I had decided I was done with your situation. It meant I was doing something that required me to work quietly. Surgeons do not announce every cut they make. The work happens in the hush of the operating room, with precision, with intention, with full knowledge of what they are doing and why. I was working on you like that. Like a healer who knows exactly where the wound is, who is not surprised by anything they find, who does not pull back from the difficult parts. I was in the middle of you, in the things you did not want looked at, in the patterns you had given up on ever changing, in the relationships that had calcified into something neither of you knew how to soften. I was in the waiting with you, every morning of it, and I was not bored by your situation. I was not wishing you would hurry up and get to the other side so we could move on. I was present, fully present, engaged with every detail of what you were going through, because you mattered to me that completely. You have always mattered to me that completely. Something is shifting right now. I need you to feel that, not just hear the words. Right now, in this moment, in whatever room you are sitting in, something is different than it was before you started listening. I am moving. The world around you might not look any different from the outside. The same walls, the same problems sitting where you left them, the same mountain that has been standing between you and the next chapter of your life, looking exactly the same size it always has. But in the unseen world, things are not the same. Because you stopped. Because you chose to be still. Because you let the guard down, even just a little. And I was waiting for exactly that. Peace is coming toward you right now. Not the fragile kind, the kind that only exists when everything is going right and the conditions are perfect. I am talking about a deeper peace, the kind that settles into a person even in the middle of a storm, The kind that says, I do not understand how this works out. I cannot see the other side of this yet, but I know who holds it all. That peace is yours. It has always been yours. It is coming toward you now, like a tide that has already turned, even though the shore looks the same. You cannot always see a tide turning. You stand on the beach and the water looks the same, and then without any warning, the line moves, and you realize the whole ocean has been shifting underneath what you could see. That is what I am doing. Underneath the surface of your life, things are moving. Things you cannot measure yet. Things that will only be visible when the moment is right. And the moment is getting closer than you know. The exhaustion that has been sitting on your chest, the weight of carrying everything alone for so long, I am lifting that. The fear that has been telling you that things are going to keep falling apart, that you are going to run out of chances, that the window is closing and you have already missed what mattered most. That is not my voice. That has never been my voice. My voice is the one underneath all of that noise. The still, small voice that has been patient through every storm, patient through every season of the running, patient through every night you chose the louder thing over the quieter truth. Do you know what that voice has been saying all this time? Through every month and every year and every season of distance between us. Come back. Come back. I love you. Come back. That is the whole message. Not come back when you are cleaner. Not come back once you have sorted yourself out and have something to show for it. Come back right now, as you are, with empty hands, with a tired heart, with all the complicated and unfinished pieces of your life. The door is open. It has always been open. You were the one who assumed it was not. My beloved child, I need you to hear this next part with your whole heart. What you think of yourself and what I know about you are two very different things. And the gap between those two things breaks my heart. You have been collecting your failures carefully. Every time you fell short, every relationship that broke under the weight of something neither of you could fix, every version of yourself you promised to become and then did not, every time the old pattern came back, even though you swore it would not, you have been filing all of that away, building a case against yourself. And the verdict at the end of that case says something like this: I am not the kind of person who deserves the kind of love that stays. I am not worth the trouble. I have used up what I was given. I need to dismantle that case right now. Not because I am brushing over what happened, not because the failures were imaginary or the consequences were not real, but because the verdict you have handed down on yourself is not mine. I did not write that sentence. I would never write that sentence about you. You are not your worst moments. You are not the sum total of every time you got it wrong. You are not the version of yourself that your own fear has been narrating to you in the dark. You are my child, made by me, known by me, chosen by me, before you had a single thing to recommend yourself, before you had done one good thing, before you even knew my name. I chose you, and that kind of choosing does not expire. It does not come with a hidden clause that says, I take it back if you disappoint me enough times. It does not get quietly revised every time you fall. I do not love a future, polished version of you that does not exist yet. I love you, the actual you, the one sitting there right now, with the unfinished edges and the wounds that are still working on healing, and the places in yourself you are not proud of, and the questions you are still afraid to ask out loud. That is the person I am speaking to. And I am telling you, without conditions, you are precious to me. Not because you earned it, not because you have been good enough, because I made you, and what I make, I do not abandon. There is a lie that gets into people and convinces them that grace runs out, that there is a limit on how many chances they get, that eventually even I stop extending the hand. I want you to hear me very clearly. That is a lie. Mercy is not something I ration. It does not run dry. It is new every morning, every single morning, including this one, including the mornings when you woke up and had already given up before your feet hit the floor. Even those mornings, mercy was there. You are seen. Not the surface version of you. Seen all the way down. All the complicated, contradictory, struggling, hoping, afraid, determined, exhausted, still here truth of you. I see it all, and I am still here, still speaking, still calling, still holding the door open. Let me say one more thing here, because I think you need to hear it. There is a difference between being tolerated and being loved. You have spent too much time assuming I am merely tolerating you, like I am looking at your life and sighing a little and deciding to put up with you because that is what I said I would do. That is not what this is. I am not enduring you. I am not gritting my teeth through the complicated parts of your life. I delight in you. I am moved by you. When you try, even badly, even when the attempt is clumsy and falls apart halfway through, I feel something. When you reach out to me, even with halting, uncertain words, even when you are not sure you believe it is reaching me, I hear every syllable. You are not a burden I am managing. You are someone I have loved from before the beginning. And that love is not a duty. It is not cold and obligatory. It is warm. It is particular. It knows your name and your laugh, and the specific way you go quiet when something is wrong. It has always known those things. It always will. Now I want to speak to the running itself directly. Because I think you know what I mean when I say it, and I think you have known for a while. You have been running from my voice. Maybe not in a dramatic way. Maybe it started so quietly you barely noticed it happening. One day you were just a little too tired to pray. One week you were too distracted, too busy, too far inside your own head to stop and be still. One season you drifted, and then the gap got wider, and getting back felt like a longer walk back than you had the energy for. And in that gap, other things moved in, things that offer comfort without asking anything of you, things that quiet the ache for a few hours without actually healing it, things that give you somewhere to put your attention so you do not have to sit alone with the thing that is actually wrong. I am not condemning those things. I am not standing over you with a list. I am just telling you they cannot give you what I give you. And some part of you already knows that. That is why the ache is still there. That is why you are here. I want to tell you about the prophet Elijah, because his story is yours in some ways. He had just come through something enormous, something that required everything he had, and he was completely spent on the other side of it. He sat down under a tree and told me he could not do it anymore. He asked to die. He was finished. He was done. And I did not argue with him. I did not tell him to pull himself together. I did not remind him of everything he still owed me. I sent someone to touch him gently on the shoulder and said, "Get up." Not get up and perform. Not get up and explain yourself. Just get up. There is food here. The journey ahead is too long for you to take it on empty. I fed him. I let him sleep. And then, when he was ready, I brought him to a mountain. And when he got there, all the loud things came. A great wind that split the mountains, an earthquake, a fire, and I was not in any of them. And then, after all of that, there was a still small voice, a sound of gentle stillness, a whisper. And when Elijah heard it, he knew. He covered his face, because even in all his exhaustion, even in the depths of his feeling like it was over, he recognized the voice. He knew it the moment it spoke. That is what I am doing right now with you. Not the earthquake, not the fire, not the thundering thing that forces itself on your attention. I am speaking in the still, small voice, the one that requires you to slow down enough to hear it, the one that asks something of you, just a little, just that you stop long enough to let it reach you. Can you do that right now? Can you let me be with you for a moment without bracing for what it might cost you? I am not asking you to arrive with everything in order. I am not asking for a performance or a proof of improvement. I am asking for your presence. Just that. the real you, with all the weight you are carrying, all the weariness, all the complicated chapters you are still living through. Bring that. Put it in my hands. The worry you carry about the future, the things you rehearse at night that have not happened yet and may never happen. Bring it. The regret you carry about the past, the things you would change if you could go back, the moments you cannot stop replaying. Bring it. The loneliness you walk through every room carrying, the feeling of being fundamentally not quite known by anyone. Bring it. I can hold what you cannot hold, and I will not drop it. I will not drop you. My child, the distance between us was never about whether I was willing. It was always about the running. And you can stop. Right here. Right now. The moment you stop, I am already there. I was not 2 steps behind you. I have been walking right beside you through every season of the running, every detour, every long way around, right beside you, the whole time. You were moving too fast to feel it. Be still. Be still and know that I am God. Know that I have you. Know that there is nothing in your situation too tangled for me to reach into. Know that the silence you heard for so long was not rejection. It was the patience of someone who has decided, without conditions, that they are not giving up on you. I have decided that about you. Long before today, long before this moment, I decided that I am not giving up on you, no matter how long the road between us gets, no matter how many times you turn away. Come back to me. Whatever you thought would make you unwelcome, it does not. Whatever chapter you are most ashamed of, I already know it. I have known it all along. I have seen it from every angle. And I am still here, still holding out my hand, still saying, come home. Take my hand. You do not have to run anymore. The voice you have been muting, that still small voice, let it lead you now. Stop turning up the volume on everything else. Let the quiet come. Let me speak into it. I am here. I have been here. I will always be here. Comment, I love your presence below, if you can feel me with you right now. And if this word found you in the middle of something hard, type Amen as your way of saying you are ready to stop running and come home. My beloved child, let me send you forward with something, not just words. I want you to carry something real out of this moment. Something you can hold on to when the noise comes back tomorrow and the day after that. When the doubt returns and tries to undo what happened here today. I want you to remember this. Remember the stillness. Remember what it felt like to stop running, even just for this little while. Remember that it was enough, that you were enough, right here, right now, without having to do anything more. The peace that belongs to you is not locked behind a performance. It is not waiting for you to earn it, or to be ready enough, or to have cleaned up enough of the mess. It is already yours. It is moving toward you now. Your prayers, even the ones you gave up on, even the ones you stopped halfway through and never finished, even the ones you breathed out in the dark without any words at all. I have every one of them. None of them are lost. None of them were wasted. I am working with them right now. Walk forward from this moment, knowing that I am with you, not watching from a careful distance, with you, in every room you walk into, at every table where you sit and wonder how you are going to make it through, in the middle of every sleepless night when the thoughts come back and the silence in the house gets loud. I am there. You are not doing any of this alone. You never were. The voice you have been muting, you do not have to mute it anymore. Let it speak. Let it reach you all the way. Let it lead you home. I love you. I have always loved you. Not the version of you who has it all together. You, exactly as you are, right now, in this moment. I am proud of you for stopping. I am proud of you for being still long enough to hear this. Go in my peace today. And when the noise comes back, and it will come back, return to the still, small voice. It will always be here. I will always be here. No matter how far you run, this voice will find you. Because I am not finished with you. Not by a long way. There is so much still ahead. Things I have planned for your life that you have not even known to hope for yet. Good things. Things that will make you look back at this season, at the silence and the wait and the running, and understand why all of it had to happen first. You will see it. I promise you, you will see it. But for now, just rest. Rest in the knowing that you are held. Rest in the knowing that the voice you are hearing right now is real, and it loves you, and it has no intention of going anywhere. I am here. I have always been here, and absolutely nothing will ever change that. Amen.